I'm just kind of reflecting on this card because my daughter and I were reading a book about birds, and did you know that bluebirds are part of the crow family? And also, chickens aren't related to crows. And I've just like, so many things are tying in together for me in my life. These are knowledge cards, so a lot of this is to do with, you know, not everyday knowledge, but like esoteric, and honoring kind of the less tangible parts of our world and of learning, right? The spirit world. And it's really, I think it's really interesting how all of this knowledge is kind of like it's within us, and we don't need like a library, we don't need a bookstore, we don't need social media. We can like channel a lot of this just in our everyday living. Like there are so many ravens and crows around our house. There was a bunch of them outside today, and I've never really like tried to interact with them, but a few times in my life, the few times in my life that I've like thrown them a french fry or something like that, like when I feel like super specially like it's a special day, they interact with me a lot more. And this whole channel is like built on it. The whole story of it is on my podcast that I have 2 episodes on, and I haven't ever like shared the actual podcast, but there's my story on it of like how I found my name. And when I found my name, it was like 20 years ago. And I guess I've been like really diving into a lot of stories from that era and like channeling a lot of it lately, like from the past. And there's just like special times in my life where I feel like they're really guiding me, you know, and I think they have been the guides of everything, like my dreams. They've been the guides of my path on this planet. They've been the guides for me during really dark times. And a lot of people see them as like these, you know, oh, those dirty crows, you know, they're in the garbage again, or like, you know what I mean? But they're actually like, they have like the biggest brain out of the bird family. They're just so in tune with humans, and they're able to like, just like chickens, they're not related, remember, chickens and crows totally different, but they're both able to do things that other birds are not able to do. Like chickens are able to, you know, communicate emotionally, and crows, I feel like they do too, but I feel like they communicate, you know, in a spiritual way, you know, raising consciousness. And so this card is really beautiful that way, because when we go through rebirth, death, all of that stuff, like we remember we're not alone.